Journey can be two ways. Either why we forget, why this Sahaj Smriti Yoga? Because we forget. That is the only thing. If we do not forget who we are, then nothing is needed. So memory, that remembrance is not there. So how to reach back to remembrance? It can be either remove the superfluous or uphold the real. Either ways it can happen. If you start removing the superfluous, you will reach to the real. Or you uphold to the real, then superfluous, you are not mindful, it will automatically go. So these are the two approaches which we apply to reach ourselves, who we are. Now how, so this starts with a very simple question. Either you can ask, who am I? This is the question. And it keeps on revealing wherever you are caught. No, there is some conflict they cannot resolve. Then we go to a guru and ask, what is this? Seems unresolvable. There is some confusion in it or something, it is not moving anywhere. So then we go this way. Otherwise we begin from the what is there. So we say upholding to real means what? Real means God. Real, these all words have synonyms as we have already spoken too much about it. So real means God. So either you uphold to that, then slowly your superfluous goes. So how to uphold? Now then mind asks questions. So we divide these 4 levels. That there is soul, there is self, there is mind and there is body, so that you can easily identify. So when we say soul is one with the God. What God has, that soul has. No difference, only volume difference is there, if at all. So that is there. Now we see how to identify God. Some identification, because all over the world when the question arises, who am I? That means you are looking for your true identity. Who am I? Identity. Otherwise, if you know this is I am, that is your identity. So that is not clear to people. That is why we look for it. So God, we say, what can be God? So we begin with the first quality. So when we say why quality? Quality because as human beings, we understand only qualities. It is not the limitation of the God. It is our limitation in the human frame to identify something with qualities only. If I say it is Nirguna Nirakar everywhere, do you understand anything? It will be over in one sentence, that God is everywhere, over. So because it is our limitation to understand it in qualities, that is why God has these qualities. What He has, He only knows. What we have, according to those our tentacles, we try to reach that this is what it is. So we say it is omnipresent. Means it is everywhere present. That is what. Because if any space is left beyond God, who will occupy this? That question will automatically come into the mind. So good things are meant to be repeated. That is why I all the time keep repeating the same thing. That God is everywhere. That if you look at from the other side, then how can you be different from God? How can you be away from God? How can you not be God? Now, if such is the case, then then your dialogue with yourself may begin. When such is the case, then we say God is all powerful. Why am I not all powerful? Then you say, no, I should find somebody who knows that, okay, how I can become all powerful if that is the requirement. That is how the dialogue starts. So first, why it is so? Because this your soul, which is subtle, very subtle, the subtle-most identity. So you are all the time that, but you do not feel that relationship because those impressions are there. So you visualize it like this, like you are a soul, which is real you. Over that you are wearing yourself, like clothes we wear. Over that you are wearing your mind. Over that you are wearing your body, physical body. Now this much clothing are there. So you do not see, if you consider yourself the outermost cloth, that is body, then it becomes too dark to reach to the light which you are, because you have identified yourself with the outermost cloth, that this is real, everything to may or may not be real, but this I can touch and feel, this is real. So you have turned the coin upside down, which is not real, to that you have given the meaning as it is real, and so you are not reaching to the real. So I am saying either uphold to that or start deconstruction from here. Deconstruction not in the negative way. Deconstruction means start knowing what is the limitation of the body. So when you see a dead body, you realize that I am not the body, because this otherwise dead body should have everything it is not having. So that means there is something beyond. If this were limited to that, there was no reason for human beings to make anything. So that means that I am not. Now what am I? So one step you remember. That's why they say, if you remember, as the Gautam Siddhartha, they say he saw a weak person. So he said, oh, I will also become weak one day. He saw an old person. He said, oh, I will also become old. Such question. He saw that person. He said, oh, I will also die. And then somebody told yes. Then he said, what is the use? Let me find out why I am furious. So he becomes a Buddha. So here we first deconstruct body. What are the limitations of body? So when you want to see the purity, you want to remove your impressions, you want to see as you are, then you have to find what does body need. Then you require, no, it needs nourishment first. Otherwise, it doesn't survive. It starts giving us trouble. So it needs to be nourished. Then you say it has a cycle to operate. If it goes according to the cycle of the nature, when there is darkness, I sleep. When there is sun, I wake up. What is time for what? When this is time for meditation, most stark, most visibly Sandhya. That is why people chose morning, because at that time night is receding, light is yet to come. So most visibly Sandhi joined. That other times, every time Sandhya is happening, one call is going, another is coming. So that's why I say any time is good for meditation. But if you want to see it in a very clear way, it is in the morning when you see this conjoining of the two events. Darkness and light. One is about to come, another is about to go. One is receding, another is coming. That is what you are wanting. That let me see how I am. So that is why it is prescribed morning. So one thing you discuss, know about the cycle of the body, physical. So make it one with the nature. That is why we are going for this ashram, that it is becoming almost impossible in the cities to live with the nature. But what can you do? If you do not have a body, you lose the chance even to realize your divinity. So whatever way you can keep your body, you compromise in a way. So no, then they create ashram. Okay, 5 days you come here at least. You experience and rejuvenate and go back, and to the extent you can apply in your day-to-day life, apply this something or other. It is better than having something. In Hindi there is saying, nahi mama se kana mama acha. Means one-eyed mama is better than having no mama at all. So if something you cannot do fully, at least something you can do. So that is the spirit behind. So you realize cycle of your body, how it works, what is needed, what should be. So a small thing like choosing to eat instead of just taking from what has been offered to you. All chemicalized foods, if you have little bit intelligence, you say, no, I don't eat this. I eat only which is worth eating. Now this one step have stirred something up there. Just by choosing something here, you have already connected yourself with your true self. This, because you are aware now that this one small steps leads to the great aim, reaching there. So body cycle you understand, its nature with the environment you understand slowly. Then you come to the next level. that is mind. Now both are reversible. One influences the other. If your body is in peace, it is well settled, then it will give you such ideas only which will lead you towards the correct thing. If it is turmoil, it will lead you to, such ideas will come which will again push you back towards body consciousness. Because it is turmoil, and turmoil, as I say, no, if this water is boiling, you cannot see your face clearly into it. So that's something like that. So you are basically, when your body is satisfied, then you are made of chitta. That is why I say consists of four: man, buddhi, ahankar and smriti. Mind, intelligence, ego and remembrance. These are the four constituents of your consciousness. Chitta means consciousness. If the four are into one, then you almost reach to the meditative state, because then you have left all this. These are in day-to-day behavior seldom one. Because if we are not having the correct approach, then not upholding to the what we should uphold, not removing the superfluous which we should all the time with awareness, then one or the other will be turmoiled. Suppose somebody, you say something with your full heart and somebody says this is not good. Your ego is hurt. No, I have given everything and you are saying this is nothing. So it is turmoil. Now nothing is going there, because it is one of the constituents. Now you have become half human being, partially, because your four constituents are needed to be happy in a receiving mode. But one has shrunk, not receiving, not making difficult for other threes to take anything in. So we have to work in cleaning. We work generally on that field, that somehow to clean all those. That is why opening is a. If you have any hesitation, that means you have ego, hidden ego. You are not ready to open up. You are saying, no, my aim is to open up myself and fine. And you are not opening up. That hidden thing you will become. Because everything will shape into that, what you have kept hidden in your chamber. So then the second level is mind, where you do the understanding of all four of these elements and clean them, sparkle them. Now when you sparkle the two, that have become transparent. Now body and mind relationship is not transparent. You can feel both differently, that this is body, this is mind. Now when such becomes the case, that is called in this yogic language, asana, sukham asana. What is the use of sitting in an asana? That is, with happiness you can sit, with any turmoil you can sit. Now there is a mind and body in dialogue. Body is satisfied. What is there also? This always hierarchical relationship. Why it is hierarchical? That it is the master who should be served by the servant. It should not be other way around. Master can give you wherewithal. So mind, if you want some food, mind will tell it is kept in the kitchen, go. But body should go and take it. Sometimes we use it other way around. That is when the relationship becomes hazy and wrong. So that is called wrong uses of the senses. Senses should be utilized as much as needed for what purpose. Then only it is going in the correct direction. So this now this relationship between the two having become samras, evenness is there. They both are satisfied. Mind is satisfied, body is satisfied. Then they may give you chance to ponder over deeper questions. When they reach to their zenith, though it is very deep, if you tend to look into one, suppose you start looking for mind, there is a vast expansion, you can look as much as you want. But there comes a point where mind says, when it is fully clean, it has no questions. It is clean. So it knows, no, there is something above me. I am merely reflecting I am merely shadow of something. I have no existence of my own. That is why they say this, that example is given when if you keep something in a silver, some water, and the sun rays falls in it, you will see sun there also. You will see the same thing. But that is not true. That is not the sun. That is merely shadow. Same thing is about mind. It is not true. Everything it only is making happen. But it is empowered by something else. It has no power of its own. People say, no, mind is very powerful. It can do anything. But it is empowered by something else. On its own, it has no power. Will is choosing, finally. Will is your capacity to choose. Clear choice and upholding to it is will. You come to a conclusion that there is a God. Now when some trouble falls, then you waver. That means you are not of a strong will. Once you have chosen that this is and I choose to go with it, then whatever is happening on the way, that in any way has to happen. Something or the other. So your choice, being firm on the choice. So where from this power is coming? Whom you have chosen, that only gives the power. So will is, there's a, if not my will, then it is God's will. Saying has something behind it. Either you make thing happen, it's my will or thy will, ultimately. If it is not happening according to my wish, let the God's wish. So it is not wish, it is God's will. Your intelligence, all the parameters say, no, it is not, this one is closer to my house, this one is far, then you say, no, but that is giving more money, this giving less. So all parameters, intelligence decides. Beyond that, it can't do anything. Either ways you can go. So their intelligence role is to make a decision. Just a decision. What will is to choose. That is little higher thing.
Isn't the will also
done
by the mind?
No.
Is it,
No, it is our. If we have become, see, it depends on our. That's why I say, what I say, what you receive could be two things, not the same. I am saying something else, you receiving according to your understanding or mind. But since you raised the question, will is ultimately God's will. There is no other will. Everything is working according to that. When we go away from God, then only we incur those karmas. So if we recognize that, then it's why that then it becomes a spontaneous life. That is what Sahaj Yoga is. Especially is this spontaneously reaching to that stage where you remember that everything is full with God and it is happening as per His will or her will or that's will or will, whatever you want to say. So that is the difference. So will is that.
So how do we relate mind, soul, heart, and then will, intellect?
Yeah, this I am coming to that. So there is this, I have just spoken to two, body and mind. I have not gone to the third. So third is your self. Self means basically character. Now what character means? Character is interplay of three tattvas, sat, raj, tam. On the creation level, beyond that it is something else. But since we are created beings, So we speak in that language only. So we say maximum when everything, if you bring into its essence, then finally it boils down to three. There are three. Satrajatam, this nature is made of those three gunas only, triguna. So this is found across the religions, everywhere Trinity they will find. Some other word they will coin, but the thing they are saying is same, that it operates into three. So the character is how they mix up, how that is mixed up. Accordingly your behavior, it reflects in your behavior. So that is the third thing where character operates. So what should be character's ultimate goal is, its reach is to become love. Become love. That is what character is. Character ends when you become love. It has no reach beyond that.